Also, it might be worthy of mentioning that the United Center tickets for the Sky versus the Fever game went on sale this morning, and they sold out within a minute.
21,000 tickets vanished in 60 seconds. Not for a Taylor Swift concert or an NBA Finals game, but for Caitlin Clark's 2025 WNBA debut against Angel Reese's Chicago Sky. The real story. Chicago had to ditch its home arena for the larger United Center just to cash in on Clark's star power. Meanwhile, some are trying to credit Reese for the sellout, but the numbers tell a different story.
So the Indiana Fever are facing the Chicago Sky, and they are playing, obviously, in the United Center. There are 20,000 seats.
Did you see what just happened in Chicago? The sports world is in shock. The Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever game at the United Center saw 21,000 tickets disappear in just 60 seconds. This isn't just rare for the WNBA. It's completely unprecedented for women's basketball.
The Sky Fever tickets went on sale at 11 a.m. today for the United Center. This is the game that was changed into the 23,000 people arena, which I think is only 21,500 for games and 23,000 for concerts. But it sold out like that.
The Chicago Sky made a big announcement. They were moving their home game against the Indiana Fever to the United Center, the same arena where Michael Jordan made history with the Bulls. With more than double the capacity of their usual home at Wintrust Arena, the move was huge. Immediately, Sky fans flooded social media, claiming it was all because of Angel Reese's star power. They insisted she was the real draw, the reason a bigger stage was necessary.
It is going to be one of the most biggest attended WNBA games of all time. I don't know if it's going to be more or less attended, because I think it was 20,000 something in the Mystics last game of last season, where in fairness, Caitlin Clark played, 15 minutes of that game or something?
But then reality hit harder than a buzzer beater when tickets went on sale at exactly 11 a.m. by 11:01 a.m. Just 1 minute later, every single seat was gone. The ticket website crashed multiple times as thousands scrambled to secure seats. This wasn't just a fast sellout, it was a digital stampede.
But this game being in the United Center, if you guys did not see, tickets sold out. And tickets sold out in 5 minutes. They sold out in 5 minutes. The United Center sold out in a minute. Sorry, not a minute, 5 minutes. A minute.
Here's what makes this so revealing. The Chicago Sky rarely fill their regular arena for typical games. They struggle to pack 10,000 seats at Wintrust Arena, with empty sections as a constant reminder. But suddenly, when a certain rookie from Iowa comes to town, they need to more than double their capacity.
The time it takes to tie a shoelace, pour a cup of coffee, or check a text. That's all the time the Chicago Sky needed to sell out 20,000 tickets for their highly anticipated matchup against the Indiana Fever. And let's not kid ourselves, the reason is as clear as day, Caitlin.
The numbers from last season tell the real story. Sky attendance skyrocketed by 157%, but only when they played the Fever. Not against the Aces, not against the Liberty, just the Fever. That's not a coincidence. That's the Caitlin Clark effect in full force.
Clark went to the WNBA. The average attendance was 6,109. And then during her rookie year, the average attendance was 15,746, which is a 157.7% in.
No other game in the entire league has ever sold out this fast, not even close. This 1 minute frenzy stands alone in WNBA history.
It literally sold out in less than a minute. In less than a minute. And I'm not somebody that, again, wanted to go to this game, but it's still crazy.
What's happening here isn't just a random spike in interest. Every time Caitlin Clark is scheduled to play, ticket sales explode. The website crashes weren't just technical glitches. They were the digital equivalent of thousands of people trying to squeeze through a single doorway at once.
Seats kept disappearing. They started at $200. Back in 2007, you get season tickets for that price. You can go and get season tickets probably a year ago for that price in some teams.
The contrast couldn't be more stark. At regular Sky home games without Clark, you can practically hear echoes in the arena. But the moment she's announced as the opponent, 21,000 tickets vanish faster than you can say, Rookie of the Year.
They didn't release all of the tickets, and a few moments later, more tickets were released. There's no doubt that this game is going to sell out. It is like the hot ticket of the season. And incidentally, it is going to break the record for the biggest crowd of a WNBA season.
Those empty seats when Clark isn't playing speak volumes, but Angel Reese fans are refusing to listen. It's almost comical watching social media right now. The moment those tickets vanished, Reese supporters launched a full-scale propaganda campaign across every platform. Twitter threads, Instagram stories, TikTok videos, all pushing the fantasy that she's the real reason behind these record-breaking ticket sales.
They're there to watch. It's going to be all Fever fans again, by the way. Now, people do not realize, there are some Chicago Sky fans. There really are. But as you guys can tell, not every Chicago Sky game will sell out this year, even in their 10,000 seater stadium.
But here's what makes this so bizarre. We have the actual numbers. This isn't even a debate. When Angel Reese plays home games without Caitlin Clark in the building, the Chicago Sky can't even fill half their regular arena. The empty seats are everywhere. You can practically hear conversations over the AC from across the court.
And the Fever are going to sell out every single game immediately in Cambridge, which is even bigger.
Remember last month when Reese's supporters flooded social media, claiming she had unrivaled drawing power and was the true face of women's basketball? The TV ratings completely shattered that narrative. Her featured game pulled just 89,000 viewers, the lowest-rated WNBA broadcast of the entire season. Not just low, the absolute bottom.
Gotta be completely honest here. It is a league, first and foremost, and the most important thing is that the league long-term is going to be profitable. Or at least it looks like it has the potential to be. Otherwise, once that TV deal is done in 3 years, it's over. And right now, this has not been the greatest look in the world for Unrivaled.
Meanwhile, what happens when Caitlin Clark steps on the court? Viewership records don't just break, they shatter. We're talking hundreds of thousands more viewers tuning in, not for one game, not for two, but every single time she plays. The numbers aren't even close.
Just this game alone, by the way, selling out the 2 Fever games, makes the Chicago Sky a profitable team. There are teams that are probably going to be profitable purely from the Fever game.
The mental gymnastics from Reese supporters could win Olympic gold. Some fans are actually suggesting, and I'm not making this up, that Reese is secretly the reason people want to see Clark play. As if 21,000 people are rushing to buy tickets for the supporting cast rather than the main attraction. Make it make sense.
Moved last year because Angel Reese had to show up and was going to play. Did any games actually get moved? Oh, yeah, some games did get moved. The ones where she played Caitlin Clark.
Want even more proof? The Indiana Fever is set to play an exhibition game against the Brazilian national team at Carver Hawkeye Arena, Clark's old college stomping ground. Guess what happened? Instant sellout. And guess who won't be anywhere near that game? Angel Reese. She's not a factor at all.
There are going to be a lot of teams in the WNBA profitable. They can get those huge. I know obviously it costs a lot more to have an arena, to hire out a bigger arena. It costs a lot more for security. It costs a lot more for other things. But at $200 a pop, let's just say minimum ticket being $200. It is mad that people are talking about, and I did say it. I did say that the Caitlin Clark mania was going to die. I genuinely thought that the mania was going to die, and it really hasn't. It really, really hasn't.
But a lot of the Sky fans are not happy about this, as some of the season ticket holders who were holders from the Wintrust Arena who were given tickets to the United Center. Some people had close seats, and the transfer for the United Center put them up in the nosebleed.
Oh, what a tangled web we weave when we choose to deceive. And what I am talking about is the Atlanta Dream. Happened last season when their retard owner by the name of Renee Montgomery came out and said, nah, Caitlin Clark effect. Caitlin Clark fans, nah. Everybody remember that shade she decided to throw at the fans that